I met this young man staring at me, and he walked. He walked quietly to where I was. Don't forget your girl, HOB. I'm HOB for you, and welcome to HOB YouTube channel to be my friend, my best friends. Thumbs up. Don't forget that notification bell, turn it on. If you really want to get this story to the end, turn that bell on. Come on. Turn it on. Turn it. Yeah, if you remembered, we did a part 1 of the video where I told you how I met my husband. And this part 2, if you didn't follow up with the part 1, it's just brief introduction. It's a pity I don't have him to bring him here because he's running away from camera from now. Not too comfortable. This story would have been me, him. It's gonna still come to that anyway. Maybe before I get to part 3, whatever part, it will feel more comfortable to join me. But the story was that, I don't know where you watched up to, but my bag got busted where I had the things that I could give. Just a recap anyway. I was young, I was 19. I won't say I was young, I was 19 anyway. I'm proud to say that. And I had something I had to deliver to my mother, some goods. The bag I put them got busted. And as I got confused, looking for what to do in the motor park that I was, before then I was giving out things to people, calling them, come take, come take. If you were there at that time, you will be very happy because maybe you are passing, you don't have yam to boil at home. And this young lady is calling you to have a tuber of yam, beans, or anything. You will grab them fast. Not like we have now that people are scared of the other person. Then I think everyone was freer. So that was the story from the north, remember, to the south. That was where I was going. Precisely. Oh, yeah, I won't say south anyway, but from the north, I was going from the north to the south. I came from south to do something in the north. I'm going back to the north again. To the south again. Don't bother about north or south. Let me not confuse everyone. But I can just... So in that motor park, I got a cab, a taxi actually. And the taxi, I think it was how many seats they had? 3 in the middle, 2 at the back, and 1 in front for one person, including the driver. So that would be 2 in front. So we had 2 men plus me, a lady, in the middle of those 2 men. My husband happened to be one of the men by the door, and the other man was at the other side of the door, though in his, let's say in his 50s then. You could see he was already older than myself. I was just 19. Then we had 2 other men at the back of the taxi. So I sat down, and before I entered the taxi, from where I was carrying those loads and throwing them away, this young man came. And when he came, my head was bent down like that. I was trying to pick few bits of what I had left, and he called. Apparently, he didn't know my name anyway, so he won't call my name. He just called, hello. And I looked up. Oh, good afternoon. He said, yeah, I could see you just giving things out. I said, yes, the bag got ripped. So there's no way I can go with these things. He said, hold on. He quickly went and got a bag for me. Wow. Did I send him? I didn't ask. I didn't ask him, but he decided that was his own. But wait, that wasn't what made me to look at him twice anyway. I only looked at him because one is calmness. His calmness was one thing that I noticed, the way he spoke. So I was relaxed now, right? He got the bag. He didn't ask me for money anyway. So he got the bag and gave me the bag. And there was something that he said that really, really touched me. He said something, right? You want to know? Okay. Guess. He said something to me. Please don't forget to make your comment. Don't forget, if you have similar stories or any story at all, how you met your own husband, you can chip in one or two things. People met their wives, their husbands, their friends in different places. I'm not telling you I met the best man in the world. No, I've only just said how we met. And eventually we got married. So, I'm blushing. So that was the story. Oh, back to life. And he said someday, he told me, why were you giving out all these things? I said, because of the bag. He said, oh, now you have a bag. Put them together. And he tried to help to put them together, which we all did together. And he said, don't be doing that. Remember, that is like, what will I call that now? It's like bringing me back to myself. So even you could do that to somebody. Bring the person back to his or herself. You could caution somebody, though politely, day 1, day 2, day 3, you could. So you see, nobody knows it all and nobody have it all. You can help somebody, you can advise somebody, you can help someone sinking, you can help someone in difficulties, you can just assist somebody who needs to be assisted. Then that assistance can turn to something else, can turn to love that will take time to grow gradually, or I don't know. So, story, Casey going on. So that was the story. So he spoke, he said, someday you will be a mother. He didn't say he was going to marry me, I quote. He just said, someday you will be a mother and you will be carrying your children's stuff, their load. You won't give them out. So start learning it now. I never knew that it was going to even be his own children's load, his own children's stuff that I will be carrying years back. So apparently the advice was already given to me even before we fell in love. So you see, it comes in different ways. So he already prepared me with just that little advice that he could render. So likewise in our daily lives today, you there, you could see a boy that you love so much, you'll be able to chip in one or two advice for him. And a boy could also see a girl that he loves so much. You could also advise one way or the other, not knowing this will help both of you in future if you now decide to be together. So you see the way it works? It works. You can't tell. So that is that for that. So when he said that, I I got myself straight back on. I said, "Ooh." I put all my stuff together. I got into the taxi and I sat down quietly. I was quiet. And remember what I told you, I've always been a tomboy. I was quiet and I was there with my big baggy pants, I have a big shirt and my hat on. I sat down, I was quiet. So we finished part 2 from here. Then part 3, let's see what happened. I told you I was quiet. My hat on, bogus t-shirt. I sat calmly. If you decide to sit like that, it can mean different things. Either you just want to be quiet at that moment, or 2, you don't want any of those people who sat around you to have anything to do with you, to talk to you, or, the way our parents put it to us then was, hey, if you go closer to a man, if you do this one, you can become pregnant, you can blah, 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 blah. So everybody had a meticulous way of doing things, especially when it comes to a man, a boy, all that. we all wanted to, play it cool, be those girls that you can say, oh, she did this just like it was written in a book. So let's wait for part 3. If you have not subscribed to my channel before, please do. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. Turn it on. So if I get to part 3, part 4, whatever part, you can at least listen to the story to the end. And don't forget, always make your comment. And thank you for being my friend. HOB.